Have you ever found yourself lying awake at night staring at the ceiling and asking that one painful question, why me? It's a universal feeling. I'm a good person, we think. I help others, I try my best not to hurt anyone. So why do all these bad things keep happening? Why does life feel like one constant painful test? If you've ever felt that way, you're certainly not alone. In fact, that very question is at the heart of a 2,500-year-old teaching that has the power to fundamentally change your perspective on life. Stick with me, because the answer we find might just bring you the peace you've been searching for. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most profound realizations from the night of the Buddha's enlightenment. We'll explore a powerful story about a grieving mother that perfectly illustrates why we suffer and, more importantly, how we can navigate it. This isn't about avoiding pain, it's about fundamentally transforming your relationship with it. So stick with me until the very end, where I'll share the simple but life-changing mindset shift that can help you face any challenge with peace and clarity. So, what was the very first thing the Buddha realized upon his enlightenment? It was this profound yet simple truth: life is inherently made up of suffering. It's a fundamental and universal part of the human experience. The Buddha didn't view suffering as a punishment for bad people or a cruel mistake for good people. He saw it as a fact of existence for everyone. The true problem isn't the suffering itself, but the narrative we build around it. When adversity strikes, our first instinct is to personalize it. We tell ourselves, I am the only one going through this. No one could possibly understand this pain. This feeling, while intensely real, is an illusion that isolates us in our struggle and prevents us from seeing the shared nature of our challenges. This brings to mind a famous and timeless story. A young mother, devastated by the loss of her beloved baby, was so consumed by grief that she completely refused to accept the death. In her anguish, she carried her child's body and ran from village to village, desperately searching for a doctor who could bring her baby back to life. Of course, no one could. Finally, she came before the Buddha. He listened to her plea with immense compassion and said, I will cure your baby, but to make the medicine, I need one very special ingredient. Go and bring me a handful of mustard seeds from a family in which no one has ever died. Filled with a glimmer of hope, the mother thought this would be a simple task. She rushed to the nearest village and knocked on the first door she found. Please, she said, can you spare a handful of mustard seeds? The person inside was happy to help, but just as they handed over the seeds, the mother remembered to ask, has anyone ever died in your family? The person's face fell. Why, yes, they replied. My uncle passed away just last year. Disappointed, the mother said, then I cannot use your seeds, and went to the next house. The pattern repeated at every single home. My father died. We lost our daughter. My wife passed. She went through the entire village and at every door heard the same universal truth. Loss and suffering are a part of every single family's story. Through that journey, something profound shifted in the mother. She finally understood. This wasn't a unique punishment for her, and she wasn't alone in her pain. She realized that death and suffering aren't personal, they are a universal human experience. Her heart, once isolated and broken by grief, began to find solace and strength in this shared truth. She returned to the Buddha not with mustard seeds, but with a transformed understanding. She thanked him, realizing he had cured not her baby, but her own heart by giving her the remedy of perspective. So, what's the profound lesson here? The next time you face a hardship or feel that painful sting of life, remember this: you are not alone. Your suffering is real, but your sense of isolation is not. There are countless others navigating their own versions of the same struggle. Most of us waste so much energy wishing our suffering away, praying that when we wake up, it will all have been a bad dream. But the first step to truly dealing with it is to accept it. This is the first noble truth in Buddhism, the acknowledgement that suffering is a part of life. You cannot find a remedy for a problem you refuse to see. Once you accept that pain is a universal part of our shared human experience, you can stop fighting against reality and choose to focus on what you can control, your reaction. Our true power lies not in avoiding difficult situations, but in how we choose to respond to them. Painful feelings and difficult situations are often blessings in disguise. If we never faced hardship or challenges, how could we ever develop a strong, resilient mind? It's like learning to swim. You can't learn by standing on dry land, praying you'll never fall into the water. You have to jump in, feel what it's like to struggle, and truly learn what to do to stay afloat. In the same way, there's no use in wishing and praying for a life free of suffering. Instead, wish for a mindset strong enough to face it. Wish for the resilience to meet any challenge head-on. When you develop a strong mind, you can find a deep sense of happiness and peace, because you know you are ready for anything life throws your way. Remember this, it's not just that bad things happen to good people. Good things happen to good people too. And yes, sometimes it even seems like good things happen to people who may not deserve them. That's simply the way of the world. It isn't a personal vendetta against you. Our task is to develop the wisdom to see suffering not as a personal attack, but as a common truth we all share. It's about shifting your perspective from why me to this is what it means to be human. I sincerely hope this perspective helps you cultivate the strong, peaceful mindset you need to face any challenge in your life. If this message resonated with you and brought you some value today, please help us spread this wisdom. Subscribe to the Daily Dharma podcast for more insights to help you navigate life's journey with peace and understanding. Give this video a thumbs up, as it really supports the channel. And most importantly, hit that bell icon so you don't miss our next conversation. I'd also love to hear from you in the comments below. What challenge are you facing right now? And how can this idea of universal suffering change your perspective? Let's support each other in the comments. Thank you for watching. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering.